That's my disco dance. I just feel like doing the finger points. So we want to spend some money on guitars, and we're going to spend it like an investment. Honey, I promise this is going to go up in value. I swear. I'm buying this for the kids' college.
Retirement fund, guitars. Retirement fund, guitars.
I mean, but retirement funds are so boring.
Yeah, I mean,
you can't play with your retirement fund.
I mean, you could.
So this is a thing we hear a lot. I just want to take a nap for a minute. So this is the thing we hear a lot. People want to buy guitars, and they want to buy them for investments. And this is strange, we think this is a terrible idea. I think just buy the guitar and play it. A lot of people they talk about buying these guitars and like, I want to buy this one and it's going to be worth X in 10 years. Like,
And we're not talking vintage guitars necessarily. We're talking like, people who are saying these things about like maybe boutique guitars or a custom shop guitar or like a rare, they're only making 17,000 for the United States,
a limited edition.
Right. Yes.
No, like some of them do go up in value, but that's not the primary reason why you should buy the guitar. You should buy the guitar to play it and enjoy it. But we're going into hypotheticals, fantasy football league, or soccer, or football, or soccer, or football, depending upon where you're watching this. I did watch that George Clooney movie, The American, last night again, which I watched 10 years ago, and I did not like it, but I did like it last night. Just thinking of...
I'm so confused.
Different cultures. Sorry.
Okay.
Just
all right.
balancing. And George Clooney's and like the women in the movie were so good looking. It was frustrating. I had to keep stopping the movie to look up who the actresses were. I was like, how are these girls so pretty? Oh, because they're George Clooney. He just gets the prettiest people in the world.
He brings everyone up.
His movies are great. Now that I'm an old man, I enjoy
Rising Tide, no.
He's probably like my age in that movie when he looks like gorgeous bastard. Anyway, so we're going to take two guitars that we think would be the ones that we would buy, boutique builder guitars.
Right.
Two makers. And
but if we had to pick.
If we had to pick one, and you did have to pick one, and you were going to say this is going to hold its value.
It's probably not.
No, but they have.
But they have a chance.
We've seen it on the internet.
Yeah.
No, and they've gone up, which is absurd. Some of these things are going for, like, I've seen it up to over $10,000 for some of these guitars. New, that it just this is overseas some, but we'll get into the two lines that we think. Why don't you take us off first?
If I was going to buy a boutique guitar that I thought maybe one day would be worth more money, I think I'd buy Danacaster.
Okay, I think that's a very smart choice.
Because the prices seem to be going up. I don't think he's making them, like, they're not available in the same way. I do think, I could be wrong. Correct me, I'm sure you guys will know this. I think you could still buy, like he maybe puts them when they're available on Instagram and people just message and then he sells it. I don't think he's taking orders in the same way. But anyways, since whatever happened with the availability being more limited, prices are definitely up there.
Now, and a caveat of this conversation too, I was thinking as you were talking, these are guitars we would want to have as well.
Yeah.
Like these are not like, we don't buy, there's no way
I'd play the heck out of my Danacaster.
We had one the other day.
Yes.
That was one of our friends, and it was awesome. It was beautiful. It looked great. It sounded great. It felt great. It was everything you want a guitar to be. And we were like, this is a great instrument. And the prices are, and we're seeing lots of used ones at $5,000 right now.
Yeah, but I mean, and there's already sort of that sort of legendary myth status around him and those guitars. There's never been any sort of, like it's just, he seems to be a very cool person. It's just.
Do you know where these are built?
Gosh, I should.
I should have prepped this question before I asked it. Let's say a lawyer knows the answers, and we don't. I would love for y'all's help. Just tell us where it's built. We could have looked this up on the internet, but it's way more fun to get it from the comments. It's like internet like 1.0 when we're just learning how to use it. No, but I think Danocaster is your safe, like, good bet
safe.
there.
Seems safe. Seems right.
And it's sort of established itself as part of the market. There's been no like craziness with it or anything, and it's now mine on the other hand, I think I'm gonna pick Echo Park guitars, 100%. Not even looking back. There's I think Gabriel, who is the owner and principal builder of Echo Park guitars, and is I think a mad genius when it comes to guitar building, and because there's a weird art to it. Now he's also just a mad human being as well. Not angry, just crazy, but in a good way. Just
crazy.
No
big deal.
He's really not. He's actually a sweet, kind, gentle soul that you want. If you ever met him, you'd get that. But we've met a lot of these people in this business, and it's rare you come across certain characters. But that's besides the point. I don't care about that. I care about the guitar and seeing if I like the guitar Do I love playing it? Yes. I like those. Do I think it looks beautiful? Yes. Do I think it's going to go up in value? I've seen them go up in value.
They have actually gone up in value.
Which is silly to me and crazy that people are buying these as like trading cards. And
right.
I know some cats will buy them. He goes on around the internets and tries to find them and for cheaper prices and sells them and makes profit. All the best to you for that.
But I mean, I'll say, there's so many of these boutique guitars, and they're all good, right? But some of them I play and I just expect to have this sort of magical moment, and they're just like, okay. Or, they're the same as a custom shop, or they're just not, it's not overwhelming how good it is, but the Echo Parks.
Yeah, it's weird, right?
There is something kind of, I don't know. We've had our hands on a few that they're pretty darn magical. And in a room full of really cool and some vintage and old guitars, we found ourselves playing them the most when they're here.
That's it, because I have one in my apartment right now. I have a custom shop Strat, a weird one, and an Echo Park, and those are the guitars I play at home, all just in my electric playing time. But there's something, we have a pretty high bar you have to reach to entice us to want to play it.
Yes.
And to be like, this is special. And I think that the neck work on those things are amazing. The finish work is unbelievable. But the primary thing that I think there's something magical that's not, it's not a spec. I don't know what it is.
You can't quantify it. It's just like the whole thing just works together. That's why he's a mad genius. Somehow he puts together guitars and everything about them.
Because all the parts, some of the parts should not work sometimes.
Right.
Like I've looked at some of like the pickup SKUs and like the electronics and the wiring and the woods. And
I'm like, On paper, we're like, nah, we're not interested.
Yeah, if I went to Fender, it's like, this is what I want to build. And then put a gold foil in the neck. They're like, what do you mean in the neck? I mean, inside the neck.
Like in the actual neck, yes.
He doesn't do that, but he probably would. But no, it's just, it doesn't make sense, but it makes perfect sense. And we're going back to the idea of like, we're buying these as investments, which is, again, we both think that's absurd.
Don't do it. But buy it to play, enjoy it, love it, and then if it goes up, awesome.
But yeah, I do. I see these things. The V's overseas are selling for like over $10,000, which is insane. But they're great. They're great guitars. One of our local fellows here has had one. But there's something magical to the tonality as a musician. Like I'm looking for something that's going to pull something out of me and give me something a little different. Because I have the best Fenders in the world. I have some of the best Gibsons in the world, and I love them. I worship at the altar of Fender and Gibson every day. I love them. Then I was playing my Fender, like one of my Fenders the other night, and I was like, this is such a great guitar. And I sat it down for a little, and I'm going to play the Echo Park song. I was like, this is such a great guitar too. They live in the same universe, but they're totally different.
Right.
And the neck is just, it's a massive neck on this Echo Park that I'm playing right now, and it doesn't feel massive.
It doesn't feel massive. It feels nice and comfy.
I think Gabriel.
And resonant.
Yeah, it is resonant.
So that's what it's so resonant.
Because we're not going to disparage any other brands here today. That's not what this is about. But you were sort of alluding to it. We play a lot of boutique pieces and some that are very popular right now, and they're good. The magic hasn't been like, oh, this is so different and other that I have to like this. That's what I expect from a boutique. I don't want to see, even though Danacaster is like a Fender, it does something wonderful.
There's something sort of unique about it, right? I mean, and that's not to say those other boutique brands, maybe you pick it up and it is magical. Maybe it does do that thing for you. I don't think it's the same for everyone.
But you're wrong if it does, because what we say here is all
we're
that
the
matters.
authority. No, yeah.
I'm not kidding. Why are you laughing? Okay, so back to The American.
So there you go.
The movie with George Clooney. No, because it's a Hitman movie, but it's like not a normal Hitman movie. It's a wonderful. It's like it's a little. It's not funny, but it's just very sort of artsy. But man, just his Italian lady friend. It's just, she was wonderful in the movie, gorgeous and wonderful, and
I need to watch it.
It felt like a very realistic portrayal of like being a hitman, versus Born Identity running around like that, which I love. But this is much more like Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy, which is another wonderful. Have you seen that one?
No. I don't watch these movies you talk about.
It's Gary Oldman. They won an Academy Award. All people that are into spycraft say this is the most realistic spy movie ever. Yeah, you should watch it. It's really good. It's boring in certain ways compared to. It doesn't have Black Widows.
Do things explode? Does it take place in space? Are there swords?
No, bro. There's a scene from the new Fast and Furious. If you've seen it, when they go to space, they go to space in the new Fast and Furious in a car.
I don't watch the Fast and
It's
Furious.
perhaps one of the greatest moments in history. Like, I like artsy films.
Are you saying they go to space in a car?
They go to space, and it's in the actual movie. It's so good.
Is it out yet? Is it like a...
Yeah, dude,
Okay.
it's out. It's like the top movie in the world right now. It's Fast and Furious.
That's how behind I am.
Brilliant.
All right.
So we went from the American, great George Clooney, sort of under the radar, to Tinker Tailor, one of the best, like Gary Oldman's. I think he won the Academy Award for that one.
Okay. All right.
I think. And then to Fast and Furious 38, whatever number it is, in space. It's hilarious. And I did just watch Chris Pratt's The Tomorrow War the other day too. Have you seen that one on Amazon yet? It's the big sci-fi 200. It's funny.
That one I do kind of want to see.
You should see it. It's funny. Yeah. That's all I'll say. It makes no sense either, but it's funny. I'm not getting no spoilers, but they don't tell the people going to the future what the aliens look like, so it'll scare you too much. I'm like, wait, just give me an idea so I know what I'm trying to shoot at.
That would be like if you were sending people to the future, you'd be like that.
Hey,
you'd be like,
good luck.
Yeah, no, don't worry about it, and then you'd push the button.
That's pretty much what they do. Yeah, and chaos ensues.
That would be. I see why you like it now.
So I think between Danocaster and Echo Parks, you can't go wrong. I mean, there's
That's true.
I'm an Echo Park lover at this point. I've played several, and they've all been stupendously good and beyond. The Danocasters are what I expect of a best Fender style.
For you to like a Danocaster, it has to be awesome because you don't tend to like obvious Fender. You know?
Yeah, it's not my. I was very
like, I just want a
skeptical.
Fender, you know.
And because I wanted to say Fender on the headstock, I wanted to say Gibson on the headstock, I wanted to say Echo Park, I wanted to say Languedoc on,
You just need to order a Languedoc.
I can't order a Languedoc. I've tried. You can't order them. It's like
But you did get on the King of Tone waiting list.
I am on the King of Town.
I think I'm going to do it too.
What do you mean? Just do it. It literally takes like a minute.
There's so many things in my life that only take a minute that I procrastinate. That's sort of
how it goes. Order the King of Tone takes a minute. For some of you guys, eat so fast takes a minute. I know making love for some of the people here.
A minute.
That's like a marathon.
Yeah,
and I'm talking about by yourself too.
Of course.
And then, it's a magic number. So there's I always tell my kids too, like, not about making love, but about waking up in the morning, like make your bed. And my kids are young. I got 5, 8, and 3-year-old. Like they make their beds like when they get up before. That's just part of it because you start your day, get one thing accomplished. Then every little step of the way, you get something else accomplished, and then you have that minute to register for King of Tone.
Someone told me one time, anything that you can do in less than a minute, you should do immediately, and it clears the things out of your day. I think that's kind of true.
That's a good, I do. I'm that guy that reads those like stupid news things on your iPhone, like about like Warren Buffett says this or Elon Musk says these are ways that, like every once in a while it's useful. Sometimes it's just trash. Yeah. But I like Elon Musk's attitudes on meetings because I don't like meetings either.
Yeah, because he just is like, eh.
We have meetings here, but like once the meeting's over, we don't need to have a meeting from 8 to 9 and 9 to 10. It's like our meeting goes until it's over. And it's usually over in 10, 15 minutes.
It's true.
Oh, wait, you need to get talked about. So I'm going to buy a lot of Echo Parks.
Cool.
You're going to buy a lot of Danocasters, maybe one Echo Park?
Maybe.
I think everyone at the shop's going to have an Echo Park by the end of this whole thing.
I'm fine with that.
I have a feeling we'll all buy one. I know Sean wants one already.
I've caught your amp sickness. I'm on an amp. I'm in an amp phase right now.
I know. You're going Magnatone, aren't you?
Yeah.
M80?
M80's coming soon in my future.
Well, let us know what you guys think about the your favorite buy and invest in weird boutique thing that would be the one you would do. And
only boutique things now. This can't be vintage. It's got to be a boutique thing.
Languedoc had to count too. I think that's.
I mean,
that's one you can do that. He makes such a rare, small amount now.
It just almost seems like a different thing. But
no, it's not. That's in there.
No, it's not.
Well, they're so expensive. A new one's like $18K, I think. So
it's
priced beyond like what humans can afford. Only dolphins from alien planets.
Dolphin trainers.
Bless little Florida. Take us home, John Boy. Take us home.
If you haven't already, if you're still here, click like, subscribe, hit that bell so you don't miss these kind of conversations in the future. Thank you as always for hanging out with us. We'll see you next time.
Outro music.